I'm going to get pro rank, probably the hardest achievement in Brawl Stars right now. And if you've been following my journey, you know that I've been so close to pro rank so many seasons in a row that honestly, I think I might even be a little cursed. And for some reason, I had a feeling that this season would be a little bit different. I decided to play 2 hours every single day, climbing my way up all the way until I hit Masters 1. This, however, though, is where the real grind begins. And on my first day in Masters, things actually went really well. I went on a pretty good win streak right away. Things were going so good for me. I was playing good, I had good teammates, and I was actually even drafting pretty good. And it led me to going 9-1, gaining a boatload of elo. But of course, I was a little overconfident and sure enough, lost the last 2 games of the day, which kind of sucks, but we still ended up plus 500 elo, which is fantastic for 1 day's work. At this rate, it would take me about 5 days to get pro rank. But to play that good every day would be extremely tough. And sure enough, it showed the following day. I was struggling. I wasn't playing nowhere near my top level, and that led to win and then a loss and win and loss, and I repeated that all day long. And the thing is, I went 6-6 on the day, but finishing with a 50% win rate is not good enough inside of Masters. I actually ended up losing 300 elo, which is tragic, so I knew tomorrow had to be better. And well, was it ever better? The following day was probably one of the best elo runs that I have ever went on.
That's a kill. That's another kill. Okay, the rank. Like, I'm fine. That's a kill. It's I had to do it. We are so trolling. I can't keep these guys alive. Oh my goodness, what a win. Holy. Okay, that's good. That's good. Bo's. Got him. I'm close to hyper. Okay. How, chat? How? Fine. Whoo! Whoo! Chat, he's gonna TP me? How did I survive? How? Block it! Block it! Pull him! Run! My thing will tank it.
It was such a good win streak that I was now 1 game away from Masters 2.
I don't want to play mid, but I don't know if Jaeyoung can handle Byron, but we'll see. This is fine. What a combo. 2, 1. We won. Okay. Nice shots. Nice shots. That's not good. That's a shot. Does he get Byron? Stop his healing. I think I got him. Got him. Nice. That might be a kill too. No, don't give pull. I'm locked in, chat. I'm trying not to lose this. Out of timing. I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. I knew I had to hit that shot, chat. I knew it. Was I losing? Was I losing? Holy moly, I knew I had to hit it. I know I had to hit it. Holy save, chat. And that gets us Masters 2.
And with that win, I went 11-2 on the day, which is fantastic, but I still need 2,000 more elo to go. We got a long way, left. And it's at this point I kind of got a little bit stuck. For the next couple days, I wasn't really gaining any elo at all. I had probably about a 60% win rate, which was just keeping me at the 9300, 9400 mark. The good news though is I was learning. This high in ranked, believe it or not, most players are actually pretty similar in skill level. The difference between the players is decision making, how they work with their team, and most importantly, probably draft. And as games went on, I was learning what works and what doesn't. And not to mention, I can't play every single brawler, which means I can't draft like everybody else. I had to learn a draft that works for me, more so control-based brawlers. So even though those couple days weren't really a success, I was still feeling pretty good about my chances of getting pro. And finally, after a bunch of days, things finally started to pick up. All that learning plus just playing every day really did help. I was playing really good and only losing a couple of games here and there. And honestly, they probably weren't even my fault, but that's just part of rank. You're not going to be able to win every single game. And because I felt like I was still playing good on those losses, I wasn't actually getting tilted. Tilt is the real deal when it comes to rank. As soon as I start tilting, I start playing way worse.
I tried. No.
And it is honestly just a nasty cycle. The more I tilt, the worse I play, and then I just start to lose a ton of elo. Luckily, this time around, I didn't actually tilt, which was fantastic for this push. I just had to tell myself this entire season not to tilt, and I definitely can get pro rank. And because of that, I kept climbing elo, game after game, and only losing a few here and there, and I ended up just under 10k elo. So basically, only need 1,250 left to go for pro rank. And what was crazy was the next day was even better. I started out so hot on the day. We won our first game with Squeak on Layer Cake. Very clean game from all of us, and the other team's Pam kind of trolled a little bit, but we take those. The second game, I acted as a meat shield for my team as Piper, and honestly, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and it works, even though the stats were pretty bad. The third game, I was playing Willow, one of my comfort picks on Triple Dribble, and this game went very smooth as well, putting us now at 3-0 on the day. In the fourth game, we went with a unorthodox pick of Pam on Layer Cake. Now, the only reason this worked is because the other team didn't have enough damage or a way to take out my turret. And honestly, this unorthodox pick worked so perfectly that it was almost a free win. The fifth game, however, unfortunately was a loss. This game was super close, back and forth, but we weren't able to push up the map fast enough to deal enough damage, and well, we kind of just lost the base race. But that happens. I wasn't too upset at this point. And for the next couple games, it was a little bit of back and forth, a little bit more winning than losing, and eventually I got myself one game away from Masters 3.
I'll tag the save a little bit too, maybe. I don't need to pressure the save that much. I'm just gonna hold penny bag. I might just ignore this and go right because I have hyper. Nice. That's a big mark. I think that seals the game, to be honest. I'm gonna hit it one more time and it seals the game. Nice, nice, nice. I think that was a good jump. I just need hypercharge on safe. Thinks he's gonna get some damage here. I'm gonna play safe. They have hypercharge babies. Try not to get tagged by Amber. Kaze's giving up. Yeah, it's pretty much over. Nice. That's over. Nice. Another win, chat. I mean, this is Masters 3, right? Finally? Finally, only one more rank? One more rank. Holy, 14-1 by the Eve. Well played. That is Masters 3. 65 elo. One more rank. We literally see it, bro. Come on.
Now that we're Masters 3, I only have one rank to go. 1,000 elo left, and we finally get pro rank. But the big problem is we were running out of time. I took a couple days off to try to record another video and didn't realize that I only had about 2 days left to get pro rank. This was a major mistake on my part, but I knew if I grinded hard enough, I could still get it. And so this was the first time I started to play off stream. And while things were going unexpectedly fantastic, I was winning so many games that I basically climbed to 10,800 elo without a loss. I wasn't even recording at this point because I didn't think it would go so well. But now I had less than 500 elo left to go. So I hit the record button and started to go to work. I was so locked in that I did not talk a single peep. And these were some of the closest games that I had all season long. And to say that I was getting nervous was probably an understatement. I was trying so hard not to mess up while also not being afraid to make good plays. And while after an intense battle on Shooting Star back and forth, we ended up winning, which gained us 126 elo, an insane amount this high up. The next game, we had a not so great draft on Safe Zone, but I knew we could still win as long as we were playing good. The first game was a little bit tough though, we lost pretty bad, and I knew we had to make some adjustments in game 2 and 3. I had to play much more aggro, trying to get my turret set up and protect it at all costs. And sure enough, after some good shots early on in the games, got set up early, taking a huge damage lead. We used those leads to push our advantage, and sure enough, we managed to win the games. Plus, it really helped that Asher was also playing pretty unreal on the max. But now that game shot us up all the way to 11,000 elo. 250 left to go. At this point, I literally could see the finish line. But unfortunately, here's where things went bad. I ended up losing the next couple games, dropping us back down to 10,800 elo. And at this point, it's usually where I tilt. I usually let this spiral downhill and continue to lose elo after elo. But this time, I stayed composed. I was still playing good, and I knew that I still had time left to get pro rank. I just had to stay as calm as possible. And somehow, I didn't tilt. But I did get stuck on European servers for the next couple games. The problem with that is I have a ton of delay. The good news though, I ended up getting matched with Angel Boy, a pro player from Europe. So this was fantastic. Sometimes you just gotta know what to do, and that was for me, it was to hold lane and not lose. And sure enough, Angel Boy made some pretty crazy plays that help us win the games. We ended up playing 3 games with him and we won 2 out of the 3, which is still plus elo. And at this point, we got back on the North American server. The next game was on Hot Potato, and the draft played out, and I saw a perfect opportunity to pick a thrower. The idea behind the thrower was that I would be able to go up the map very safely and just start hitting the safe before Chuck could get set up. And my hope was that I could deal enough damage to create a huge lead, and we would just be able to continuously run down lanes and win the game. However, the first game didn't really work. The Chuck got set up very fast, and his teammates managed to get a lot of kills. However, the next 2 games worked much better. I pushed up a lot earlier and put the pressure on as fast as possible. Started hitting the safe immediately, trying to get those marks down. And sure enough, once we got leads, they were close games, but we were able to hold them for the win. The next game was a super sweaty game on Triple Dribble. Both teams were playing super safe until they got small advantages, which works in my favor because that's exactly how I like to play Brawl Stars. Wait for a small advantage and then push it. Sure enough, we managed to win that game as well, putting us back at 11,000 elo. But the intensity didn't slow down yet. The next couple games were as sweaty as ever. We managed to win one on center stage. I don't really know how we won, but I suggested Ali and it kind of worked, which made me happy because I could have easily thrown that draft out the window and just threw the elo away, but it worked. We managed to barely win on game 3 and gaining a little bit more elo. The next game we were facing as Livy, my former teammate and pro player. I didn't know it at the time, but I could tell that their shade was really, really good. Now at this point, I am possibly one game away from pro rank. I knew it'd have to be a lot of elo, and it's probably really unlikely, but it was possible. And at this point, my nerves were getting so high. But the draft played out, and I realized that Buster was a fantastic pick here. And for the first time, I honestly knew that we won this game immediately. As long as I don't play like booty cheeks on Buster, I knew this game was a free win. And sure enough, we just grabbed kill after kill, and as long as I protected my teammates, there was no way the other team could come back. They slowly started to give up, which was perfect, and sure enough, it wasn't enough elo. Now that game put us one game away from pro rank. After so many seasons of being so close, and probably hundreds and hundreds of hours in ranked, I have a chance to end it all right here. But at this point, my hands are literally shaking. This is the game to pro. I haven't even played Meg all season, and I'm playing it first try. On a map, this is probably my worst map too, and you guys heard me say it, so I'm gonna lock in here. Here we go. Trying to stay calm. I'm probably not gonna talk much. I don't know who that is, but I recognize that guy. Okay. Got my mech back. I'll run it up this way. Nice mute, brother. No. No need. Okay. Okay. Hold on. They might score here. I think they could score this. I think they score this. I think they score this. Nice. Nice. Holy crap. Meg was such a go to pick. Hold on. We gotta lock in though. I'm going. Got two. That's one game, dude. That's one of them. That's one. Put it in the net, please. That's one game. One more. One more. One more. I don't even know what to say. Come on. Stay locked here. This is very losable. These guys are playing pretty well on my team. He's dead, I think. I don't know if we scored, but we can wait. Black lag, playing. Okay, get ready. Please? Please? I think he just scores. I think he can walk this. If he has to hypercharge. He don't have to, I don't think. That's a goal, right? Yes! Yes! Okay, max super Mo thing. Getting this out. Nice, Fear Love.
I'll die. I gotta get my super back without dying here. Very nice. I'll be able to kill him. I'm dead. Does he score? Tell me they score and win the game. Tell me they score and win the game. Tell me, put it in the net, put it in the net, put it in the net. Please, 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 please. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be. Please. Yes! Yes, I finally got it.
And with that, you can see the joy on my face. We finally hit pro rank. Honestly, this has been such a long journey, so if you guys do appreciate this video and how long it took me, I really appreciate a like and a subscribe. That would help a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.